Hello YouTube, this is Supez, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your videos look like absolute dog shit. Let's get into it! So first thing on the agenda, the screen capture, recording what happens in your PC. Personally, I have mine set to 1080p with the 30 FPS because I think that balances out the best, but you can always drop the resolution out lower and you can always drop the FPS lower because at the end of the day it's your preference. But if you do want to make sure to have that control and that clarity but you still want to make your video look like shit, what you can do is that you can go to this site, Free Convert, and it has this wonderful tool on here called the video compressor, and just like it says, it can compress just about any video. But I think the really special feature I like about it is the advanced settings they have, and especially compression methods. Like here you can target the file size percentage, like let's say it's 100 megabytes, so you want to slim that down to 10 megabytes, you can set it to 10%, or you could set it to 10 megabytes, or you could target a video quality, you know, make it look real bad. And it comes with varied results because after all, it's not really like you can do that during recording, but it is a good tool nonetheless, and I recommend you use it. Now, as you're watching this video, you may know that you see two watermarks here. The Bandicam one and the unregistered Hypercam one. Now, as you can tell right here, I'm using the superior recording software and not Bandicam or unregistered Hypercam 2. Because at the end of the day, especially Bandicam, they fucking suck! But if you do want to get these little watermarks on here, it's really simple. All you gotta do is add image, create a new image. It can really be anything like right? And then you can browse from just about any. And right here, you have it right here. And you can just place it just about anywhere, but since I already have it, we're not going to place it anywhere. But yeah, I would definitely recommend you don't use these, you just kind of fake it, because even though it will be more authentic, at the end of the day, those softwares just kind of suck. But yeah, that's basically it. And another extra tidbit, if you want to make sure nobody steals your wonderful high quality content, you can make your own little watermarks, like these. The Supez, you know. I know my work is so good, it's just so high quality that people are inevitably going to steal it. So at the end of the day, I just have to do it. But since I know you guys are better than that, I'm not, because it's a fucking eyesore. But yeah, that's another way to make your video look like shit. Anti-theft. Now the third and most important thing about making your videos crap is of course the sound. As you've already heard by now, my microphone sounds absolutely awful. That's because I'm using this, the Bumblebee 2. It was an old microphone given to me from a dear friend, and really at the end of the day, that's the best way to get a microphone. Just find whatever trash you can. It could be a headset mic like this one. Personally, I don't use it because it sounds too good. Or of course you can use the webcam mic, which is always guaranteed to sound really bad. But in case the only microphone you have is a good one, like this $50 one, there's a special way you can make your audio sound bad. So what you want to do is you want to go to Control Panel, Hardware and Sound, Manage Audio Devices, and then once this pops up, you're going to want to go to Recording, and then pick the microphone you're using. We're gonna go to the Bumblebee USB microphone. You can either right-click Properties or just double-click. You want to go to Levels, and then you want to make sure this is bumped up to 100. That way it sounds really loud, really crunchy. And then here comes the most important part: Advanced. So you want to go to the default format, and then you want to make sure it's at the lowest quality, usually one channel, 16-bit, one, I'm not reading all that. You want to make sure it's not too high. You don't want to make sure it's high at all. You want to make sure it's at the top of this list, the bottom of the bottom. Like, just make sure it just sounds real bad. And you can always go to the audio recorder, say some stuff, and make sure it sounds bad. You really just have to level it to your own preference. But yeah, that's really the simplest way to make your microphone look bad. I've seen tutorials with other programs, like softwares you download, but really at the end of the day, I may do that in a later video. I'm not going to do that now because I don't like having a bunch of software on my computer. My hard drive is already begging to die. So yeah, that's the microphone for you in the simplest way. So another thing to focus on is obviously the webcam. As you can see right now, I look very crunchy, very compressed. I obviously don't look good, and that's alright. I'm just a chud. I was never going to look good in the first place. But you can obviously configure video by going to properties and then configure video. Personally, I don't touch any of this stuff because I mostly use the filters, but obviously you can. I'd say focus on contrast and brightness and sharpness. Yeah, especially sharpness. Ooh, yeah, that looks real bad right there. But the most important stuff comes to the filters right here, and I have the two most important filters on here right now: sharpen and color key. But sharpness obviously makes things sharp. As you can see, when it's not sharp, you look smooth, but we don't want to look smooth. We want to look like dog shit. So obviously bump that sharpness all the way up, all the way, full balls to the walls type stuff. And then when you go to color key, I'd say the most important settings here are gamma, brightness, and contrast. Brightness obviously toggles how bright it is. I'd say set it around normal level. Gamma, basically the God rays of this thing. And of course contrast. I'd say contrast is definitely the most important setting here. But there's another one I would definitely recommend, and it's color correction. If you've ever seen John Wow streams on Instagram Reels, you're going to know what I'm talking about. But I'd say the most important settings here are saturation and hue shift. Saturation really makes things as they are saturated. Looks like I'm deep fried right now. Like, ooh. It looks like I have grills right now. But of course, you can always change the color with hue shift. As you can see right here, things get really, really trippy. And really, color correction is more like an experimental thing, like if you want to get really weird. But personally, I would not recommend it because it's an eyesore. Well, it's not that I wouldn't recommend it. I would, but we don't need that. So yeah, if that's how you want to make your webcam look bad, this is how you make it look bad. Now, if you notice from the transitions, I am editing this from Windows Movie Maker. That's right, the Windows Movie Maker. And although modern Microsoft operating systems come with Clipchamp, there is a way to get the original Windows Movie Maker. The best, most compatible, and most safe way is to get this from the Internet Archive, the Windows Live Essentials 2012. This is where I got my copy of Windows Movie Maker. It's going to come with two other things like Mail and Messenger. You don't need to worry about those because they're basically defunct. What you want to get is Photo Gallery and Movie Maker. So when you run the install script, it's going to pop up saying, oh, you want to install all, or you want to install just a few selected programs. What you want to do is you want to select you want to go to the option where it says just select a few programs, and then you're going to want to choose Photo Gallery and Movie Maker because they come bundled together. But yeah, that's where to get the Windows Movie Maker. As for the editing itself, to make those little transitions, you're going to want to get title and then background color, you want to give it a blue hue. It can be really any shade of blue. Personally, I would go with this one because it's classic, old is gold. And then of course, edit text. You can put anything wild here, like what should I type in? Yeah, that's good enough. I'm not exactly an original person. And then, of course, you can add little animations here. They're right here, so you already know where they are. Personally, I would go with this one, or even this one. And then to add videos to it, it's really simple. All you gotta do is just pull up your videos right here. I'm gonna add some of my Cruelty Squad gameplay here. And then to add music, it's really just the same process over again. Just grab your music and then put it right here in the timeline. It's really simple. It's a very easy software to learn. I don't even think you need to get a tutorial for it. You'll figure it out along the way. But let's see how our finished product looks. So yeah, another important thing you always want to put in your stuff is definitely the music, because really those old musics like dubstep, I don't know, just old YouTube music, especially Kevin MacLeod, because that's gold. Just really get that music in there, because that's what sells it. But yeah, I think this is the end of the tutorial. I hope y'all learned a lot, because man, did I learn a lot too. And yeah, if you want to make your videos look really crappy, just like mine, you definitely should follow this tutorial. And you know, experiment too, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to teach you everything. I think I didn't even do a good job at teaching you, honestly, but just learn, you know, experiment. At the end of the day, this is your video, and the world needs to start revolving around you, not the other way around. This has been Supez. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.